some of the players refused to wear the special Pride Night jersey, so this game is being treated as a rainout.
I would ask the community for understanding. There's no good way to get everybody everything that they want, but our primary function as Wellspan Park in York, Pennsylvania, is to welcome the community in and be the most welcoming place in York.
What a doofus. What an unbelievable doofus. I'm so disappointed in our players. Since they were all born with Franken beans, I thought they would have no problem celebrating Wiener. But last night, instead of grabbing that wood and smashing balls, our players quit on the team. This is so heartbreaking. Our primary goal as a baseball team is to make everyone feel included. Baseball is supposed to be for everyone. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't follow baseball like I did when I was growing up, so it is entirely possible things have changed since I was following the sport. But I thought the primary objective of a baseball team was to win baseball games. For a minor league baseball team like York Revolution, one of the main reasons they exist is to develop and prepare young players for Major League Baseball. But according to Ben Shipley, hey, it's me, Benny! According to Benny, the general manager of the York Revolution, one of the main objectives for their team is to be inclusive. Last night, York Revolution was scheduled to play some other minor league team that no one's ever heard of. It was the perfect night for baseball in York, Pennsylvania. Partly cloudy, temperature was in the mid to low 70s. The York Revolution, they're a great team. They are competing this season to win their third consecutive championship. Everyone was ready. Everyone was excited, but there was just one problem, one tiny problem. Couple of hours before the game was scheduled to start, York Revolution announced that they were forfeiting the game. They were intentionally losing. Why? Because the players on the team outright refused to endorse the gay pride. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go into the sponsor for today's video, a patriotic brand that supports American pride, my good friends at American Attitude. Here in a couple of weeks, America will be celebrating its 250th birthday. 250 years of freedom, 250 years of being the greatest country on earth. Due to a certain political party that is anti-American, I'm sure July 4th is going to be intentionally divisive. But you can show your love and support for our country and our great military with patriotic gear from American Attitude. They got plenty of hats and t-shirts that celebrate 250 years of American freedom, but my personal favorite, it's got to be the infidel t-shirts and hoodies where you're displaying your pride at being labeled as an infidel. They've also got patriotic hoodies and tumblers to keep the beverage of your choice iced down during the summer. American Attitude strives to bring patriotic Americans together through humor and unapologetic American grit. So click the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Use my promo code BTL10, BTL10. Receive 10% off your first purchase with American Attitude. Headline at Fox News: baseball team forfeits Pride Night game after players refuse to wear Pride-themed jerseys. You know, I am no expert in fashion, but if I was playing for the York Revolution, I wouldn't wear this either. Take a look at this. This is the jersey the team wanted their players to wear. It doesn't look like a baseball uniform. It looks like an advertisement for Skittles. Come on, people now. Hug on your brother. Everybody get together and let's taste the rainbow right now. Last night, in the name of unity and inclusion, the management team from York Revolution, they organized a celebration of pride. Now, keep in mind, Minor League Baseball is promoted as a family-friendly event. If you have ever been to a minor league baseball game before, you know they have events during breaks in the game. Some doofus mascot will chase around a toddler. They'll allow some kid to get on the pitcher's mound to throw a ball that almost makes it into the grass. Minor league teams, they struggle to draw crowds. The overwhelming majority, if not all, minor league baseball teams, they are operating at a financial loss. Tickets are cheap. Kids are out of school, so parents, they often take their children to minor league baseball games. In the York Revolution, they decided to organize an adult-themed party at an event where they knew children would be in attendance. Thankfully, the players were courageous enough to take a stand, and they said, enough is enough. We are not doing this. We're not turning a baseball game into the Butt Bongo Festival. Management for the York Revolution, they issued a response to the team forfeiting the game, and it is abundantly clear that Ben Shipley and the front office, they are not team players. Instead of defending his players, Ben Shipley, he called the diversity deputies and demanded that his players be charged with violating the woke commandments. Check it out for yourself. I am deeply troubled by the actions of our players. Let me be clear. These players do not represent the values of York Revolution. We value inclusivity. We value unity. We believe in love. I love you. You love me. Let's hold hands in unity. I'll be the G and you can be the T. We represent inclusivity. How exactly are you being inclusive by publicly ratting out your own team? How are you being inclusive by calling the diversity deputies on your own players? When I was growing up, if you told on someone, you were given a nice, refreshing cleanse by having your head dunked into the toilet. What kind of grown man rats on his own players? If I was on this team, I would not want to play for Ben Shipley. The average player in the Atlantic League, which is the minor league division that the York Revolution play in, the average player is making around $2,500 a month. Max players, they're only allowed to make $3,000 a month. I'm assuming they only get paid during the season. I doubt they are being paid all 12 months of the year. Season runs from late April to mid-September, which means the average player is making less than $13,000 a season. Is that enough money for you to endorse something that you don't believe in? Is that enough money for you to taste the rainbow? There are players in Major League Baseball making tens of millions of dollars a year. They make more money throwing one pitch than minor league players are making in a month. And we are seeing major league players rejecting the rainbow. Like I told you guys before, I think the trend of pride is in a severe decline. You remember growing up how your parents talked to you about peer pressure? Now, my parents, they didn't focus too much on peer pressure with me because they knew I was probably the one applying the pressure. There is a reason that Uncle KC was cast as the devil in his middle school play. Of course, I've grown up since then. The only substance that enters my body now is caffeine and nicotine from my vape. But the point is, groups, especially groups of young men, we often do things in groups with other men that we would never do by ourselves. For years, I think professional athletes were pressured to promote pride. 5 years ago, if you refused to endorse pride, you were ostracized, you were demonized by the mainstream media and maybe even your own team. But as is often the case, It only takes one person to take a stand. Only takes one man to say, I ain't doing this. And people who share his beliefs, or people who just aren't comfortable tasting the rainbow, they will follow his lead. We are starting to see this with more and more regularity. We're in the middle of woke Christmas, and 9 or 10 NFL teams refuse to dip their team logo in the rainbow. Last I checked, the NFL itself refused to celebrate Wiener. NHL players have taken a stand and refused to promote pride. We have seen several instances this month where Major League Baseball players have pushed back. The only league that seems to be 100% in their promotion of pride is the WNBA dump. I wonder why. But think about it. Today is June 19th. We have less than 2 weeks left to celebrate woke Christmas. Several years ago, we were hearing about pride parades on a daily basis. Mom and mom would have their kids parading next to grown men dressed as women. Entire blocks in major cities would be shut down so rainbows could be painted in the middle of the street. But this year, 19 days into woke Christmas, we have barely heard anything about pride. Why? They no longer have the funding. The millions and millions of dollars that pride organizations were getting from the federal government, money that basically belonged to you and me, the Trumper eliminated that funding when he cut USAID. Woke corporations that were pretending to preach the good word and spread the woke faith, they disassociated themselves with pride because it was impacting them financially. The boycott of Bud Light, that was the genesis, but I think what really decimated pride was women boycotting Target. Several years ago, when mom walked into Target and the first thing she saw was Chad Thundercock modeling a tuck-friendly bathing suit, that was the beginning of the end for pride in the mainstream. Target lost billions of dollars, and more importantly, they never recovered. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.